I just walked in and asked for a gluten-free bagel. Guy just looks at me and goes, I'm not scooping your fucking bagel, bro.
So recently it has come to my attention that the practice of scooping bagels is a thing, thanks to this viral TikTok where this guy goes to New York and starts looking for scooped bagels and gets kicked out of random New York delis. The first thing that comes to mind might be, Austin, how do you scoop a bagel? What is a scooped bagel? You know, that's a good question, because that's the exact question I had at 1 a.m. last night because I'm sick and there's a fucking family of squirrels living in my attic that are driving my dogs crazy. Apparently, in LA, you can ask for a scooped bagel at most places, and they will scoop out the bread in the bagel.
In Los Angeles, if you order a bagel, you walk in, you say, hey, can I get a scooped gluten-free bagel? The person behind the bar is usually like, of course.
Like, why would you do that? There is not a ton of bread in a bagel in the first place due to just the general size of a bagel. Thankfully, the guy did eventually find a place that would scoop his bagel. So he decides to show off the bagel to everybody and just talk about the benefits of the bagel. So let's just give it a watch.
Finally got a scoop bagel in New York City. So we're gonna open it up and see how well they scooped it. We're gonna eat it on a trash can because we're in New York City and everything smells like trash, and this is gonna be the best place that we could eat it.
All right, so like for starters, the snark aside, I've been to LA and it doesn't smell much better. I don't know why this guy's on a high horse, but he's gonna show us his scoop bagel next to a trash can. Naturally, this is the place you wanna show off this weird thing to people to get them on board, right? Like you couldn't have just found a bench somewhere? Like what?
Scooping out the center of the bagel. So you want to scoop out the center. Let's see how well they did it. You want essentially just the crust and the nice outside, then you can put the cream cheese inside.
All right, but you could also just put the cream cheese on the bagel. The bread doesn't need to be taken away to add the cream cheese to the bagel. Basically, what I'm gathering so far is that A, the scoop bagel obviously is going to be more effort because you have to go through the act of scooping out the bread. And B, it's going to be less enjoyable because instead of that nice crunchy bread you get when you have a toasted bagel with cream cheese, instead you just get crust. So the end goal truly is just to make it a less enjoyable experience for everyone involved. Why? Why is this a thing? What is wrong with the bread in a bagel? And look, I haven't even gotten into the toasting conundrum. Like, how would you go about doing that? You can't scoop out the bread when it's toasted. That would just be a mess. And if you were to scoop out the bread before it's toasted, then it becomes way less forgiving in the time between burnt and crispy, right?
You can kind of see the scoop edge. This is an okay scoop. You see, that would be bagel right there. Instead, it's cream cheese. So it's actually a pretty genius idea. You can see, that's all cream cheese right there.
That's too much cream cheese. That's gross. You've made a gross sandwich. You're eating crust and cream cheese and whatever else is on there. Prosciutto, salmon, I can't tell. But point is, if you want cream cheese that bad, just go to the store, buy a thing of cream cheese, get a spoon, and eat it out of the carton. That is somehow less gross to me than whatever this is.
So you get less bagel, you get more cream cheese. Look at that cream cheese to bagel ratio. Wow. That's exactly what we're looking for.
I just don't understand why he acts like more bagel is bad. More bagel is good. I like bagel, right? Like, I'm a bagel enjoyer. The joy of the bagel to me is the bread. It is the toasty bread that you have with the cream cheese. It's nice and warm. Everything mushes together very enjoyably. Like, even if you wanted to argue that this is somehow less messy of a sandwich to eat than a normal bagel, for starters, you're making a mess by scooping out the bread. So, like, already your point is null. Secondly, how fucking bad are you at eating a bagel? And I get that I'm right now arguing with a straw man. I get it, all right? He didn't say that specifically, but I'm trying to think of like any reason why this would be the case. And that is the one that comes to mind. But if you're literally making a mess eating a bagel, I'm sorry, but like what, why, how are you doing that? You eat sandwiches? You make a mess when you eat, it's 2 pieces of bread. It's 2 pieces of bread with things in it. You don't hollow out the sandwich. So like, that doesn't make sense. Like, am I a fucking idiot where I'm just like going to eat a bite of my sandwich and all the cream cheese is spilling out? No, I spill food normally by missing my mouth with my fork. And by the way, like, I don't mean for this to be an attack on the guy. I have nothing against the guy, although I will say in the 3 days between him posting that first video and me making the script, he uploaded 37 TikToks. Dude, get offline. Also, like, he's on a trip in New York City, and every one I've clicked on, he's complaining about something they don't do in New York that they do in LA. You're on a trip. You're somewhere else.
It's still mind-blowing to me. There's so many coffee shops in New York, and so few have alternative milks. I just went to a coffee shop to get a latte with some milk, and they said your only options are whole milk or 2% milk. And I'm like, yo, in LA we have like almond milk, macadamia nut.
How about you just enjoy the differences instead of be like, oh, this was more like LA. Guy visiting Africa being like, why don't they have Chipotle here?
In LA.
So I found myself sitting here at like 2 in the damn morning, insomniac hours, listening to some squirrels getting it on above me while my dogs barked, trying to figure out what the purpose of this godforsaken food is. And my immediate thought was less bread. So probably more healthy, you would think. But that doesn't make sense because he's filling that spot with more cream cheese. So it's not healthier because there's no way that extra cream cheese is somehow better than the bread you would have. This is like water talk, but for bagels. We're on bagel talk right now. I love eating bagels. Fills the entire bagel up with cream cheese, only has crust. Same energy as the people throwing sugar in their water, being like, I love water.
Well, let's make my water of the day.
And again, you enjoy food however the fuck you want. I don't care at the end of the day. I'm just in a pissy mood and I'm gonna rant. But I gotta figure out what the purpose is. And this is where my brain left me, okay? After fucking hours of thinking about this, I thought to myself, it's just a ploy that's made up by people who want attention. You walk into a deli like, can I get a scoop bagel? And everybody suddenly has your attention because they're like, well, what's that? What's a scoop bagel? What's that? You know, like you've got the goddamn national treasure, whatever the heck the thing Nicolas Cage is looking for in the movie, the map to the Declaration of Independence. That's it, right? Yeah, you got the goddamn map to everyone else giving a fuck about what a scoop bagel is, all right? That analogy fell apart, much like the bagel. Okay, seriously though, if you are a scooped bagel defender, I want to hear your case in the comments. I don't really have a point for this video other than I've just been fucking sick lately. But look, I am nothing but experimental, and because of that, I decided to give the scoop bagel a try. Well, welcome to the Austin Cooking Show. Today on the menu, scooped bagels. I'm not really sure what the best tool is to scoop a bagel, so I'm just gonna use a spoon because we don't have like a scooper. Yeah, I'm sorry, this is, if I was working at a deli, there's no way I would do this for you. I am tearing apart the bagel as I do this. That's gonna have to do for now, because I feel like if I keep scooping anymore, I'm gonna break these in half, and that kind of defeats the purpose. So there's my scoops, as you can see. Pretty deep. I tried to get as deep as I could without literally ripping this in half. Here's all the bread that managed to stay in the bowl. It's quite a bit, and like also not enough to warrant doing this at the same time. I'm gonna go throw these in the toaster. Look at him in his natural habitat. Oh, stretch that leg out, buddy. It's okay. You've had a long day chasing squirrels. All right, so these are toasty now, not burnt, thankfully. And now it's time to add in the cream cheese. All right, 1 metric fuck ton of cream cheese added later, and a bagel piece that's about to literally snap in half. I guess let's give this a try. We just smush it together. That's a lot of cream cheese. So, that's too much cream cheese. What the hell? I don't even get bagel anymore. I just get cream cheese. This is literally just a vessel to eat cream cheese. And the amount of effort it took for me to get to this point, 100% not worth it. This is such a stupid idea, I'm sorry. Why? It took me 15 minutes to get to this point from getting the bagel. This is too much cream cheese. Just eat it out of the carton, look. Pure cream cheese. And now what am I gonna do with this, huh? Bird feed? I'm gonna feed birds with this? Make it into a bread pudding? Both those ideas are actually legitimate ideas. Forget I even brought this up, but still, this is a mess. I'd rather have just eaten it in the bag. There, that's my opinion. This sucks. Anyway, thanks for watching my rant on bagels. If you made it this far, then welcome. You're officially part of the cult. You are now legally required to subscribe. And yeah, please sound off in the comments all your thoughts on bagels and scooped bagels. I want to hear your bagel opinions. See you guys in the next video.
In LA.